45. There goes Davis. Oh my God! Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow! Oh my God! Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Orange and blue skies, baby. Welcome on into the new episode of the Dream Rage, episode 391. Today is Monday, April 29th, 2024. Elvis, I am in a fantastic mood. Knicks up 3-1. How the hell you doing?
I'm doing great. It's an exciting day of basketball, having great weather. Nothing much to complain about, honestly. Great day so far.
Yeah, beautiful. It's starting to get hot over here on the East Coast. I think this upcoming week is going to be really nice. Unfortunately, all the pollen on the car. I got a car wash the other day, already pollen back on it. So got to keep up with that. But yeah, great day. Basketball. We had a little hockey action, UFL action as well. The draft is complete. We'll talk about the Patriots and the Jets. We'll give them our grades. We'll recap the NBA playoffs. Like I said, Knicks go up 3-1. Big win for the Lakers. They finally get the bug off their back. They beat the Nuggets over the weekend. Clippers tied the series up 2-2, heading back to LA. So very interesting series going on. We got NBA playoffs, 3 games on Monday. We'll see what happens on Tuesday, if it's 3 or 4, but minimum 3 games on Tuesday as well. We got a 12-game MLB slate here for Monday as well. But we'll start with the game, that I counted out. The Cavs and the Magic now tied 2-2. I mean, they couldn't reach 90 points back in Cleveland. It was 97-83, 96-86. Then they go home and they blow out the Cavs and take care of business at home. So neither team has won a game on the road. Series tied 2-2, going back to Cleveland here on Tuesday. What are your thoughts there on Game 4?
To be honest, I was just shocked how well Frank Wagner looked and played. We knew he was coming off dealing with an injury throughout the late of the season. He's been coming off the bench the first few games. Now back at home, it just looked like he's more confident. He found a bigger spark. 13 for 17 from the field. That's impressive. 13 rebounds, 34 points, 4 assists from the big guy as well. So it was just surprising to me the fact that he was able to, and they were down in this game as well. The fact that he was able to face adversity and then win a game without your best player in Paolo Banchero just give you 9 points.
It's insane.
That's just, it's shocking to me that you could win the game by double digits without your best player in Paolo going off like this. Even though Wagner had 34, but to me the biggest thing for the Magic is the bench contribution. Like I said, Jonathan Isaac, Fultz, he's been doing well. Cole Anthony been doing well as well in this series. So it's just exciting to see that instead of like a 7 or 8 man playoff rotation like we see with 90% of teams, Magic is doing collectively because they're such a young group. Nobody's never really been there. So the fact that you got, random, I'm not going to say random, but guys just coming off the bench and getting big shots, hitting shots in big moments. That's the impressive part to me. And if I'm Cleveland, I'm worried a little bit. The fact that he was able to take care of business at home and then lose 2 straight games by, one by basically 30, 40, and then a lose game 4 while you had a double-digit lead in the first half, and then on the opposite side lose the second half by 20. That's concerning to me. So if I'm Cleveland, I'm desperately trying to go back home and play there, but it's definitely leaning towards the Magic right now, though, just because this young team, they got the flow. They know what to do. They know how to win the game. Now it's up to the Cleveland Cavaliers to take control of the series, win Game 5. The way it looks, they have to win a Game 7.
So it's shifted now. Momentum shifted towards the Magic, and you think they have the upper hand now. You would lean them towards the series. They are still underdogs in the series.
Just because we saw how they looked Game 1 and Game 2. They look better in Game 2. Game 3 and 4 is this like the Magic team we've been seeing all year. If we see any resemblance of this team we saw Games 3 and 4, this series might be over in 6. Magic.
what has to change for the Cavs? I think they haven't gotten enough from Donovan Mitchell. He was okay at home. He did enough to win, but everyone else kind of stepped up. But Max Strus has to show up a little
Mm-hmm.
more. Chris Levert, you can't have 5 points off the bench, my boy. You're better than 5 points. I would even say Evan Mobley as well. He's doing all right cleaning up the boards, but I feel like the best player on Cleveland has been Jared Allen
Yeah.
on this court. But I think even Darius Garland, he needs to step up a little as well. What does this Cleveland team need to do?
Dale, one thing for sure, they gotta get on the boards. The fact that you had Mobley and Allen, none of them in double digit rebounds, that's concerning. The fact that your two big top guys can't be in double digit rebounds, that's
Yeah.
that's just a loss. Matt Strus all series long hasn't showed up. I think he's averaging like 6, 7 points in this series. Dale, we saw him during the Miami Heat run. He'll occasionally give you 12 points, and then he'll give you a game where he gives you 24. So we haven't seen that version of Mark Strus yet. That's a little and then you got, like I was just talking about the Magic bench, like Jonathan Isaac, Marcos Fultz, the big man Wagner. You still got Cole Anthony, you got Ingles. Like, you got a deep bench, and with Cleveland there, you just simply getting nothing from nobody. Chris Levert gives you 5. Tristan Thompson gives you 4 points in 6 minutes. That's, to me, that's pretty good to get that from Tristan Thompson. Marcus Morris only 4 points. Niang only 2 points in 17 minutes. Uh, Orko 21 minutes, 0 points, not even attempting a shot. So the Magic are just winning these games just off pure bench presence. It's not like they got the household names like Cleveland do. Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell. But they just getting it done in a more
Mhm.
collectively way. And to be honest, you gotta give credit to the coaching staff.
Yeah, they're definitely getting out coached, and I would agree. I think the momentum has shifted, so all the momentum is with the Magic right now.
Shout
Going
out
back
Kurt.
on the road, yeah, he's hopeful right now. He said he before the series, he said they had it in 7, so we'll see if they need 7 games. But yeah, 2-2 heading back to Cleveland. The Thunder, they took care of business first game on the road, 106-85, another blowout. I feel like the only close game was game 1. They cruised to a 3-0 lead. I mean, when you're getting 21 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steal from Jalen Williams, you're not losing. I don't care who you're playing. I mean, Dort had 12 as well. Josh Giddey had a good game, 21 points. SGA is always going to have a good game. They didn't even get anything from Chet Holmgren. They didn't need anything as well. So it was a collective unit. And I mean, this team is the Pelicans without Zion. They're a lost cause. Jonathan Valanciunas is a liability. He can't even get boards at this point anymore. I do like the kid Herbert Jones. I think he's pretty good. I like Trey Murphy as
Mm-hmm.
well. Um, but CJ McCollum needs to do a little more. Larry Nance Jr. did okay. We saw spurts of Jose Alvarado in the play-in, but I know they led the team, Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum, but 19 and 16 points in a playoff game against the number 1 seed is not going to cut it. They need more from their top 2 players.
Yeah, great performance by OKC. Dominated win on the road. Like you said, besides game 1, the series hasn't really been close ever since. Shy, another MVP type performance. Josh Griddy, welcome to the party. He had himself a good game. Williams, like you said, he had himself a good game. So, it was just an impressive game by the starting 5, and then a couple of role players. And like you said, though, CJ McCollum, 7 for 22 from the field. That's not going to get it done. Only 16 points. Brandon Ingram, he shot 50% from the field, 2 for 3 from 3, but only getting up 14 shots. I think he has to take more value. He has to be a little more dominant. He needs to, just ask for the ball a little more. I understand that's not his personality and whatnot, but Brandon Ingram, you're honestly right now, the way CJ's been playing, you're the best offensive weapon this team has, and without you, you're just gonna end up getting swept, though. So it just sucks that we saw how good Zion looked, especially against the Lakers, up to the 3 minute part of that game, and how good the Pelicans were. Now, looking like they're about to get swept, though. At the end of the day, you got to give OKC credit, just because ever since game 1, they've been looking like the number 1 seed.
Yeah, and shout out their coach, Mark Dijon. Definitely butchered it, but
Yeah.
he did get coach of the year about an hour ago. Well deserved. The youngest number 1 seed in the history of the NBA, best record since the 2013-14 season. They were first in steals, first in blocks, first in three goal percentage as well. I mean, 57-25. We all had high expectations for this young OKC team, but I don't think anyone
Yeah,
envisioned this.
no. In preseason, I'm pretty sure you took the over. I told everybody, I
Yeah.
advised people smash the over. Told them they're gonna make the playoffs, but the other night division, 50
No.
plus wins, number one seed. None of that. None
And
of that.
even during All-Star break when we did our halfway market future episode, we were like, "Hey, they're the first seed right now. They're going to be a playoff team." We thought they were a year or two away, but they're ahead of schedule at this point, kid, especially if they sweep this way through and get into the second round.
Yeah, let's not forget though. It's looking the way it's looking. It looks like Denver is gonna match up with Minnesota, and then the fucking OKC's are gonna get the Clippers or the Mavericks still. So I like the fact that the Clippers don't need to face Denver to the
Yeah.
Western Conference Finals if they get that far. At the end of the day, I like what OKC's doing, and like you said, I thought they were a year or two away. I wouldn't be shocked if they
Yeah.
represent the West this year.
No, and I wouldn't be either if they wind up giving the Nuggets. If everything goes accordingly, like a lot of people think, I wouldn't be surprised if they give them a series as well. So, yeah, can't credit enough what the coaching staff and they're buying into this system. Very young team, so very happy. I
And,
mean, we
and
were,
let's not forget, people, this team can still make a major splash this off season because
yeah,
they're loaded with picks and young
yeah,
talent. You don't think they could trade a Josh Grady and one of the Williams away with like fourth, first round, second round
go
picks?
get KD.
Get Kevin Durant, get like a Bradley Bill, get it's so many potential trades out there. They could get a Zion. It'll depends what's
Yeah.
available, what's on the open market, Dale. But I guarantee the OKC Thunder will make a splash this.
I agree. I think they have a ton of cap room. They have a ton of picks to play with as well. And who wouldn't want to come to this young, vibrant team? And you talk about the next round between the Clippers or the Mavericks, whoever they wind up playing. I like them against them, whoever they play there either. So I like them going to the Western Conference Finals as well. Oh, bounce back here for the Celtics. They cruise in game three. They actually dominate. They never trailed 104 to 84. They wind up winning by 20 points on the road. What a performance by Jaylen Brown. Jason Tatum both had 22 points. Kristoff, nice bounce back. He had 18. Derek White had 16. Still waiting for Drew Holiday to show up. He plays defense, but only 3 points. Luckily, his team had a really good game out. Horford had 9 points off the bench. Pritchard had 7 points off the bench as well. Big win for the Celtics in game 3.
Yeah, Dale. I'm not gonna say I'm surprised by it. I did take the
Yeah.
Heat's plus 9.5, but at the end of the day, we know the Celtics are capable of doing. We just know the Heat are their kryptonite at
Mm-hmm.
times, Dale. Just great overall win for the Celtics. It was just in dominating fashion. So you gotta give them credit just because they bounced back, losing a tough game two, coming back game three and take care of business. So you gotta give them credit on that, Dale. And then with the Miami side, Bam, he had a good game, but other than that, you need more from Tyler Hero. Hodges, he's just a rookie to me. He had a good game. You know, Caleb Martin, bad shooting night. He didn't even give up enough shots. Hovick, he's still very young. He had himself a pretty decent game. It's just without Jimmy Butler, still at the end of the Heat or what the Heat are.
Yeah.
Without their top gun facing the number one seed, they are going to be the best team in all of basketball in the Boston Celtics. It's just a matter of time, Bill. So you got to give the Heat credit, for fighting, making things interesting, but it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean the turnover margin was very telling as well. 12-5. You're not going to win, and yeah, Caleb Martin not showing up hurts you. I mean, it just probably still would have lost, but it wouldn't have been as bad as it was. I think Tyler Hero tried to do as much as he did. Bam had a really good game, but outside of that, they need a little more from Jaquez. Hovick, he's pretty good as well. Duncan Robinson needs to show up. He needs to come in and hit threes. I think Kevin Love, Highsmith as well. I know he's really the only guy coming off the bench and actually contributing for the Miami Heat. But what does Miami Heat need to do to get back into this series? Or do you think it was just lucky and they got one game?
I'm not gonna say they got lucky for getting one game, but it's hard to overcome the Boston Celtics. You know, you're
Yeah.
gonna be a probably another double digit, underdog once again. It's just a tough task for the Miami Heat, honestly. Man.
Hmm.
You know they're great defensively, but it's just too many weapons for the Boston Celtics. And we just said even Drew Holiday, he hasn't really showed up offensively, and they're up 2-1. So you just got to tip your hat off.
Yeah, 100%. Big win for the Lakers. They finally get a game over the Nuggets. Nuggets first loss to the Lakers since 2022. People are gonna roast him for his fourth quarter scoring, AD, but he's been the Lakers' best player in this series by a mile. The Lakers won the other night because of Anthony Davis, and he was the best player on the floor. 25 for no, he was 25, 23, and 6. He shot 64% from the field. Obviously, Jokic had a monster stat line, but Anthony Davis outplayed him for most of the night. He was incredible. This postseason, averaging 30.5 points per game, 16 rebounds per game, 1.5 blocks per game. He's shooting 62.2% from the field. He's leading the playoffs in points and rebounds. He's been one of the best players this postseason, kid.
Yeah, absolutely, Dill. Anthony Davis, another monster first half. Great win for the Lakers. Dill. I know we everybody's seeing the stat online saying that the Lakers has been winning 114 minutes to compare to the Nuggets only like 50 or 60 minutes in game time. So I understand the Lakers are down 3-1. I honestly don't give them a shot to win for a straight deal. But I've been saying it all along, Dale. If they just get some contribution from the bench, you get 30 to 40 points combined between Austin Reeves and D'Lo, which you got. Hachimura didn't really have a great game, but he shot 50% from the field, gave you 9. LeBron gave you 30. AD gave you 25 and 23. That was just a monster game. Dale. Simply came down to the Lakers bench finally outscored the Nuggets bench, and that's how they won the game. Another big double-digit first half lead for the Lakers, like every game in this series. And they were just able to close it out, Dale. Once again, I won Lakers first half, Nuggets second half, money line, won by 1 point. Still, the Nuggets still were able to win the second half. But, if I'm Mike Malone and I'm the Nuggets, I'm not too worried. But all I'm going to say is, Dale, you got to be a little concerned just because every game in the series you are down double digits. You
Yeah.
start off slow first half, first quarter you're down. Every first quarter you lost in the series, and I'm pretty sure every game in the series you've been down at half. So that's a little concerning. Yes, you win. You're undefeated in the second half, but how long could you honestly stretch that? How long could you just, you know, yeah, D'Lo's just gonna have a off night. He's not gonna show up in the fourth quarter. AD's gonna not gonna show up. One of these fourth quarters, AD's gonna give you 10, 12.
Yeah.
D'Lo's gonna hit a couple threes like he did in Game 4 and Game 2. So, do I give the Lakers a slim chance? Absolutely, Dill. But going back to Denver, I feel like the bench and the role players are gonna,
Yeah.
step up. And one last thing, Dill, Michael Porter Jr. is having himself a
Hell of a
hell of
series.
series.
Yeah.
Like he might be having his best 4 game stretch of his career.
Especially dealing with everything that he is off the court, for him to kind of block that out and really focus on his teammates and the
Dill,
organization.
besides the assist numbers, he matched Jokic. I want people to understand he
Yeah.
matched Jokic. Jokic had 33 points. He had 27. They both shot 50% from the field, 10 for 20. He hit 4 threes. Jokic hit 2 threes. He had 11 rebounds. Jokic had 14 rebounds. Jokic 41 minutes, him 40 minutes. That's
Yeah.
an impressive game. People not gonna give him the credit just because Jokic is there. He had a triple double, this and that. But Michael Porter Jr. is balling and he's working his way into possibly a max contract.
Yeah, he was definitely the second best player on the Nuggets or a couple nights ago. But yeah, having a hell of a series. I keep going back to his rebound prop. Like I told you, it's a cash cow. He's having double-digit rebounds in every game. I just think, like I said last episode, I just think this series against the Lakers is a very good matchup for Michael Porter Jr. So you'll love to see it. We all knew coming out of Missouri, the ceiling for him was very high. There was a lot of potential for Michael Porter Jr. So I'm glad he's getting the recognition.
The only concern was he was coming off
the injury,
the back surgery and whatnot. He fell to I think the 14th overall pick. Denver Nuggets scored.
A lot. You know what I would also say watching the game the other night. Last year's Nuggets team is a little better than this year's Nuggets team. I think they're a little deeper. I think they're missing Bruce Brown a little too. Not to
Other
say
than
that
that,
not to say this team is bad, but I just think last year's team was a little better.
no, I told you that from the get go, though. That was one of my biggest concerns. Is how the those crunch time minutes are gonna be, especially the when the bench comes in without Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown give you 12 to 15 points a game, multiple steals, and he'll guard LeBron. He'll guard Austin Reeves. He'll make tough defensive assignments. So to me, that's another guy though. Like we had a little convo before the game. That's
Mhm.
another guy I would hate to play against, but I would love to have on my team.
Oh
Bruce
yeah.
Brown.
And I'll say this every time until they get out of the playoffs. Spencer Dinwiddie does not need to be on the court. On
Gabe
no.
Vincent is looking better, each game.
Yeah,
Spencer
but
Dinwiddie is
he's pitiful to watch. I don't know why he's on the court.
still. If I was the Lakers, I would have Max Christie a little more.
Yeah.
Give him a chance.
Christian Wood. Remember Christian Wood used to
He's
be
hurt.
okay?
He's hurt. Him, Jared Vanderbilt, they all hurt.
It's unfortunate, but I'm glad they got the one. I agree, though. I do think going back to Denver, I think they're gonna close it out. But I'm glad they didn't get swept.
How interesting things would have been if the Lakers would have held on to
At
that
least one
18-point
game.
lead in game
Yeah.
two. It would have been 2-2 going back to Boston. I mean Boston back to Denver, and I'll tell you what, I would have liked the Lakers' chances.
Oh yeah, because they're in every game. They're in
They're
every
up
game.
10 every game.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. Let's go to the Knicks. Big fucking win on the road. Jalen Brunson is officially back. Franchise record 47 points in a playoff game. I mean, he's the best point guard in the East. If you haven't really noticed, he's the best right now. I know I've had Melo on my team growing up, but Jalen Brunson is the best player to wear a Knicks uniform in my lifetime. He really is. What he's done to this team, and everyone criticized the contract. Oh, you're giving him this much money.
Underpaid.
He's underpaid right now. I mean, up 3-1 now with an opportunity to close things out at home on Tuesday night. Let's fucking go, man. We were out Mitchell Robinson, Hartstein in foul trouble. I thought the key of the game was when Tom Thibodeau switched OG Anunoby to Embiid in the fourth quarter. He absolutely put Embiid on clamps in the fourth quarter. I mean, I hate the Philly fans that come out and say, oh, but Embiid was clearly hurt. He had 50 points last game. Stop making excuses. He got tired and he quit. He's the defending MVP. He scored 1 point in the entire fourth quarter. He was 0 for 5 from the field, 1 for 2 for 3 from the stripe, and he was -4 from the field. He played all 12 minutes. In crunch time, he choked again. If people are taking Embiid over Jokic, you don't know basketball. I mean, I don't know how. I'm trying to be nice, but you don't know basketball if you're picking Embiid over Jokic. That's all I have to say, because every time I go on Twitter and everybody on Philly's like, oh, but Embiid was hurt. Oh, Tobias Harris is, they love to make excuses.
Tobias Harris is not it.
He's
overpaid. His
yeah.
contract is more than Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I would say this from a Phillies perspective, they cannot wait until the season's over and he is off their fucking team. I would be too. I would be furious. I would
not forget.
Yeah.
They had Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris.
Oh, I know.
And they extended Tobias Harris 5 years,
insane.
$150 million.
Oh my god! But yeah, kid, big win for my Knicks.
Yeah, Dale. From the get go, Jalen Brunson he had the hot hand. I think he scored like 6 or 8.
The first 8 points.
Yeah, the first 8 points. Him and Joel Embiid scored like the first 12, 16 points of the game. It was kind of exciting to watch. But just from the beginning of the game, Jalen Brunson had a hot hand. Even going back to game 3, finally finding his rhythm. For some reason, on the road in Philly, not so many players could do that. That's what shows you who's really a great player, when they could step up the game. Not just in the playoffs, but also on the road, Dylan. We saw Jalen Brunson's best 2 games so far on the road in Philly, Dylan. Like you said, 47 points. 10 assists, and they needed it. You had Josh Hart finally have an off game offensively, gave you 17 boards, but he's been averaging 20 plus points in every game of the series. He only gives you 4. Like you said, Mitchell Robinson was out. Hollistein was fighting with the foul trouble. So, McBride finally gave you a good game ever since game 1, 13 off the bench. You just got to give the Knicks credit and Jalen Brunson his flowers for just going into Philly and just taking the soul out of them. To Philly, I'm not going to say they had the momentum, but, they had the crowd there. They won game 2.
We had the crowd. We heard the MVP chants.
Yeah. Absolutely. A lot of Knicks fans showed up to Philly, but all I'm saying is after the way game 2 ended and the way game 3 went, some people would say Philly got some momentum.
Yeah.
So it was just exciting to see that, Jalen Brunson was able to just shut all the noise and give you his best game of the series so far. Maxey, 8 for 21 from the field, not his best performance. I know he didn't give you 23 points, but he's been averaging 25 plus on series. That wasn't enough. Embiid, if he doesn't give you 35, 40 plus, the 76ers don't have no chance of winning. I like the fact that he gave you, double-digit rebounds. He was, a little more effective on the glass.
Yeah, he was.
Than he usually is. Kelly Oubre had himself a good game, but other than that, we saw Payne had a huge game in game 3. Didn't really have much going in game 2. Nicholas Batum didn't really give you much. Reed, nothing. Melton, nothing. So to me, it just came down to the bench not showing. McBride just outscored the bench single-handedly. So give credit to the Knicks taking care of business on the road to game 4. Now looking comfortably game 5 back in the Garden.
I mean, we just dominated the boards, and that's what we did game 1 and game 2, and that's how we got out to this lead. I mean, even with Bogdanovich getting hurt a minute into the second quarter, like we were very thin. Precious had to play a lot of minutes too. He was a little flimsy around the rim, but 7 boards. He had 4 blocks. I mean, these are crucial things. He was playing great defense in the fourth quarter. OG Anunoby was the second best player on the team today. Josh Hart didn't shoot the ball well at all, but he was making championship plays, rebounding the ball, offensive rebounds. We were just cleaning up the boards. He had 5 offensive rebounds. OG had 2. Isaiah had 3.
Single-handedly had more than the 76ers combined.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, big play after big play, and I love all the stars. Shout out AI. Shout out all the greats in Philadelphia who watched the masterclass from Jalen. Yeah, champion. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you coming out and taking the L. I know my boy Sparks, John Starks. Yeah. He was right there, courtside, baby, orange and blue skies. I'm telling you,
he was a little too comfortable sideline. He definitely,
he's a legend.
Court. He stepped on the court a couple times.
He could. Be honest, he could.
At the Garden, not in Philly.
Who's gonna stop him? They had MVP chance. We took over Wells Fargo.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is
this is our crib.
How would you feel if AI was stepping on the court at the Garden? Okay,
AI, no.
That's all I'm saying.
Let me finish. AI is different. It's AI. That's one of the goats. If it was Mackendy Mutombo, yeah, he gonna get charged up. He's not doing that. But AI he got a little leeway, just like my boy Starks. We own Wells Fargo.
How about if it was Elton Brand?
Oh, yeah, he's not doing that.
That's not right.
Shout out Owen Brand, though, man. Hell of a career. But, big win for the Knicks. And going back to New York, I think all the momentum is back with the Knicks. So, big win for them. Clippers, wow, what a fucking game this was. 116 to 111, back and forth. They get out to this 20, 30-point lead. Here come the Mavericks, and what a performance by Kyrie Irving. Holy fucking shit. 40 points. They needed to play through him. I know Luka had the triple-double, 29, 10, and 10, but Kyrie was just on a different level tonight. 40 points, but it wasn't enough. First half, Paul George just took over the fucking game. I mean, that picture where he just paused right there, iconic. Yeah. That shit was legendary, but I mean, I don't give him his flowers all that often, but man, James Harden was unbelievable. He was unbelievable. He earned himself a max contract and it was a masterclass. This performance was a masterclass from James Harden. 33 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. He only had 1 turnover. He had a block. He had a steal. He was 5 for 5 from the field, 4 for 5 from three, 12 for 17 from the field. They shot 70%. What a fucking performance.
Yeah, Dale. Give credit. Paul George came out. Knew the Clippers needed a spark offensively. Dale, and he gave them straight just that. I think he gave them 18 first quarter points. Impressive. Paul George 7 to 10 from the 3-point line, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 33 total. You know, Zubac had another good game, 13 points, and like you said, James Harden. Dale, he had himself a classic Houston Rockets James Harden game, 33 7 and 6, 4 for 5 from the 3-point line, 12 for 17 on the field. When James Harden got it going like this, the Clippers are gonna be tough to beat, even
Yeah.
without Kawhi. And one thing, the Clippers are 2-0 without Kawhi in this series. If
I was
I'm the
just gonna
Clippers,
say, yeah.
I'm shutting Kawhi down. Let's see if he could come back for round two. But for some reason, against the Mavericks, they're just a better matchup overall without Kawhi on the court. You can see it game one and game two. They won by 20 plus points game one, and they had a 30-point lead in game four. Give credit to the Mavericks, like you said, Kyrie Irving, especially in the second half, got it going. Luka was struggling a little bit from the field, 1 from 9 from the 3-point line. We saw he got the triple double deal, but like you said, Kyrie had it going in the fourth quarter, especially in the second half, and the Dallas Mavericks rode that energy. He led them. Luka deferred to him. Kyrie was, dominating the ball in the fourth quarter because he led them to the
Yeah,
comeback deal.
he
So you got to
did.
give him credit there, but give credit to the Mavericks for fighting and not just, hanging their heads down 30 in the first half. The crowd was electric, even down
Yeah, it
20
was.
and 18 in the first half, Dill. And just give Dallas credit for not quitting, but you got to give credit to the Clippers, Ty Lue and James Harden and Paul George for also for not just winning this game and not season momentum, but gaining control of the series because you got two of the next three at home, but just building confidence moving forward, knowing that they could get the job done without Kawhi Leonard. To me, that's the impressive part of it. Not just being up 30, but closing a game out where the Mavericks were up. I think they were up 92-90, and the fact that he was able to close this game, Paul George and James Harden closing the deal, it's just impressive.
Yeah, and then the guys who did come off the bench for the Clippers, 22 points in general with Russ, Norman Powell, even Mason Plumlee got in and had some
Mm-hmm.
nice minutes as well. Real quick before we get to the next game, the game before with the whole controversy with Russell Westbrook, I don't know. I thought Stephen A was hilarious saying he called the league officials for
Yeah,
he's a snitch for that. I love Stephen A, but that's funny as hell.
just
I don't know if he should have been he shouldn't have done it. He should have been a flagrant, whatever. They kicked him out, and I thought they handled it. Like, he got thrown out, so did PJ Washington. He got thrown out, and that was it. I don't know if they needed to suspend him for today or for Sunday.
not though. It was a little too much. Do I understand that the refs got to take control of the ball game and not let things get too out of hand? Were they heading towards that direction? A little bit, PJ Washington, he's sort of staying on business. We saw him the other night, and then Russ. I'm not gonna say Russ is like a hothead or anything, but all I'm saying is we've seen Russ have his moments at times.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
to me, at the end of the refs are just making sure things don't get out of hand. Were they a little quick to blow the whistle? No, just because things got a little rough. But had they deserved to get thrown out? I don't think so. It's playoff basketball.
Yeah, I agree. I think they let bygones be bygones. And, they took care of it at the thing. They threw each other out of the game. That's it. You don't got to do anything more. It is what it is. And yeah, real quick on the Pacers, they're about to go up 3-1 to the against the Bucks. No Dame, no Giannis. They threw out Bobby Portis 6-7 minutes into the first quarter. I mean, they literally don't have anyone left at this point. Do you see them coming back from this series, or they're done?
The only way if Giannis comes back, and Giannis has to come back again, like the
He
Giannis we
has
saw
to.
against the
They're
Phoenix
down
Suns in the
3-1.
finals. I'm talking about give you 40 points, 12, 15 rebounds a game. I just
Yeah.
don't see that happening. Though, could Dame even return? I'm not sure. He's got some knee injury. To be honest, though, I think the Bucks are done. I think Doc Rivers will get fired again. It sucks to say, but he will get fired. Offense, just because the second half of the season. Let's not forget this team was 30-33. I
Mhm.
think they finished the season 500 since the All Star break, or like one game above. That's not good. And then you're gonna have another back to back years with a first round exit. I understand this one has injury to do it. Giannis injury, but still, somebody
Yeah,
has
not
to
good.
be let go to getting exited first round back to back years.
That's what I'm saying. If the first guy, and forgive me, what was it?
Budenholzer.
No. Before this, the guy who got fired midway through the season.
Oh, Adrian Griffin.
Yes, thank you. If he and great guy, if he
Good
did,
coach. He did it. He was
he
doing
did
a
his
good
job.
job.
If
Yeah.
my thing is, if he got fired for actually doing a better job than Doc, Doc needs to be gone. He has to be, right? They're talking about my boy, the guy from the Suns, Jersey guy, Frank Vogel. They're talking about him leaving if they get swept. Now, I understand because they're in win now mode with the roster
Yeah,
that
but
they
you're getting
created.
swept.
That's fair.
The Bucks are without Giannis.
That's
We both
fair.
know. We both know Giannis is healthy, even without Dame to win in the series. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that is. I just think Doc.
Like,
If my boy Adrian Griffin got the boot,
yeah,
Doc
like
has to get the boot.
let's just, for example, if Giannis is healthy and then they get swept by the Knicks in the second round, fireball fence. You got me. But you,
That's
you
fair.
got to at least take that. The Suns situation with Frankie V, they're healthy.
Yeah.
They're 100% healthy. Grayson Allen went down, but it's Grace. No disrespect, but Grayson Allen. Honestly, he just got the
It's not
first
one
year.
of the big three.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, very unfortunate. So we'll see what happens over there. But yeah, great weekend of basketball. Real quick before we get to our plays, the draft finished. Hey kid, the more I look at the players the Jets drafted, the more I fall in love with them. I felt like we did a really good job. Bias aside, I gave us a B plus. As much as I hate to admit it, I thought the Patriots did really well too. As obviously we had Ulu Fushulu at number 1, the offensive tackle, traded up in the 3rd round. We didn't have a second round pick to get Malachi Cordley, yards after catch king out of Western Kentucky. He was rated our number 4th best receiver on the board. So we were really happy to trade up and get him. We got one of the best running backs in the draft, in my opinion, out of Wisconsin. He'll be our running back 2 outside of Breece Hall, Brandon Allen out of Wisconsin. We get the quarterback of the future, baby. Jordan Travis out of Florida State. I mean, the guy's a winner wherever he goes. He gets to sit behind Aaron Rodgers and Tyrod Taylor for at least 2 years. Finally, fully get healthy, his ACL, learn, develop, and learn from one of the best ever to do it in Aaron Rodgers. So I think it's a perfect situation for Jordan Travis to be the future quarterback. Don't know how I feel. I would have given us an A, but I don't understand the running back in the 5th round, Isaiah Davis. Get another running back. I get, but we already have 3 running backs. I mean, I guess one of them's not going to make the team. They're going to be competing for the 3rd. The guy, Izzy, that we got last year from Pittsburgh, and this guy from South Dakota State. He's more of a speedster back. Could do a lot out of the backfield, but I just don't know if I would have went another running back. But I mean, that's why these guys get paid the big bucks. But one of my favorite picks, though, late in the 5th round, cornerback Quentrez Stingers from the Canadian Football League. He was ready. He was already to play college football, but he had to quit to provide for his family. I think his father winded up passing away. He wound up providing for his family. He came back. His mother was like, "You love football so much. You're a great player." They got him into the Fun Run League. He exploded. The CFL attracted him. He wound up getting a job in Toronto. He played out of his mind, got 5 interceptions. He could play corner. He could play nickel. He plays special teams. The Jets believe he could be a huge upside to this guy. He fought through adversity, and I think that's the kind of guy you want in the locker room. So really rooting for the kid, and I think the guy could be really special for us. And then Mr. Irrelevant, we got a safety, J.K., from Alabama. So another gritty guy. I thought the Jets did really good. I think they they got everyone that we needed. We addressed the offensive line. We got another weapon got a few weapons for Aaron Rodgers, another wide receiver who I think he's going to love. We got another running back. We got another quarterback in the room so he could develop and learn. And we helped our secondary, especially safety. We really needed this safety position. But yeah, I thought the Jets did really good, kid. Thoughts on the Jets real quick, and then you could go through their Patriots, guys.
Overall, I think the Jets had a solid draft there. You got the big offensive tackle and we spoke about that pre-draft deal. I know you like Brock Bowers, you like Rome Oduzier, but we all know especially with Tyler Smith, some of the veterans you got, the injury last year, Aaron Rodgers. You need to protect that man. You might as well just add the depth. So I feel with the first pick, you hit a home run there. Your second pick was good. I also, to be honest, I do like the safety from the Canadian Football League corner. Wherever you're gonna have him, I think he could definitely add something to that already pretty good defense. So overall, I'll give you that. You had a good draft. I wouldn't say it's better than the Patriots draft, but definitely a good draft. There. Let's just start at the top. You got Drake May, who I think can be a pretty good starting quarterback in the league. I'm not saying he's going to go out there and win a couple Super Bowls. All I'm saying is I think in 2-3 years he could be viable, and I think we could probably develop to be a playoff caliber team. Though I'm putting this. I'm more high on Drake May than I was on Mac Jones when he drafted him.
He was rated your number one quarterback on your big board, right, Drake May?
I'm pretty sure. Yes,
yeah, he had to be.
He had to be, and we also made some calls for Justin Herbert. So I like the enthusiasm there. Why not see if we can sneak something out to the back door? So I like the Drake May pick there. I love it. And then we got the receiver from Washington. Jalen Polk.
Yeah,
we saw what he was able to do with Michael Pittman Jr. in Washington there, especially last season. I think he could develop to something good. You got a big offensive tackle from Penn State, Camden Wallace. I think he could just fit right in, possibly become a starter in his rookie season. I like that pick. And then, Javon Baker, another great piece. Still, I think for him, honestly, I think he could probably work him, say, into a starting slot receiver even this upcoming season. I like the both weapons that we grabbed on the outside. And then,
my boy Milton from Tennessee. He got a gun. I'm telling you.
Joe Milton, though, the upside from this pick and at the value we got him at, I think the sky's the limit. I'm not going to say this is RG3 and Kirk Cousins from the Redskins about 10, 12 years ago, but all I'm going to say is Joe Milton has a chance to develop to be a starting quarterback in this league. Definitely like him as a backup. Like the fact that he can learn behind Jacoby Brissett, both of them. But I do think Drake May will be the starting quarterback moving forward. Overall, I'm going to give the Patriots an A.
Yeah, I gave you guys an A as well. I thought you guys did really well. The only thing pushback I would do, I think the guy, Caden Wallace, people thought he was a reach, but I mean, if the Patriots think the guy could be a great offensive tackle and fit right in.
Any offensive tackle from Penn State, I like.
And I thought you did exactly what you needed to do. You go get your quarterback. He was rated number 1 on your big board. You go out, get him help. You go out, get him protection. And then you go and help your defense. And I honestly like Joe Milton. Like you said, getting him in the 6th round at the value, the kid's played a lot of football and he's played against a great competition in the SEC. He has huge arm. My worry is him reading defenses, him picking up defenses. He's not as quick as Bo Nix. Bo Nix has seen every coverage, every defense that's out there. He's played the most football. Joe Milton, he worries me with the decision-making, but he has a huge arm, and if he could learn under Drake May and get better he's a great number 2. I love the pick at a lot of people are like, oh, why'd they get another quarterback? Why not? Yeah. I love it. A lot of people, were doubting you guys, but I love it. Chicago Bears had a great draft as well, I thought.
The Eagles had a good draft.
Vikings, I thought had a good draft, even though I thought they got their quarterback. Rams. I even think the Miami Dolphins, unfortunately, had a good draft. The Rams had a good draft. The Chargers getting Ladd McConkey. He was great. They got Joel at number 5 as well. Raiders did okay. Kansas City. Fucking Buffalo Bills helping them out, getting Xavier Worthy in the fucking 1st round. They get 80 on Mitchell. Oh man, Jesus Christ, they're gonna be good. I thought Colts low-key had a really good draft as well. They're the ones who get Adion Mitchell. They get Brian Thomas. They get the Latu Ludu, the edge rusher from UCLA as well. So I thought the Lions had a good draft as well. They Terrion Allen and Ennis Rackstall Jr. They get corners to help out that defense. So I thought the Lions had a good draft as well. The Commanders getting the quarterback. They get that nice tight end as well. They get protection up front. I thought the Bears getting that punter from Iowa. We remember watching Iowa games. He used to win games on his kicks. I mean, just pinning them in the end zone. I thought the Aussie from Iowa was a really good pickup for the Bears as well. But yeah, good draft overall, and I can't wait, kid. I can't wait till we see these guys in our uniforms. So overall, UFL, another unfortunate week, 1-2. Birmingham was a no-brainer, laying the 6-7, whatever you were able to get. They wind up steamrolling the Houston Roughnecks. San Antonio, they just keep on winning. They win 25-15. Arlington, kid, 0-5. It doesn't look like they'll make the playoffs. They're the only team to not win a game this season. Thoughts there?
To be honest, though, things went exactly how I predicted them. Your boy went 4-0 on the week. So on week five was good to me. Took Birmingham, -6.5, -7, whatever it was. Took the San Antonio Brahmas. I think I took a money line straight up, though, or
-2.5.
Yeah, -2.5. Took them on the spread. I told you St. Louis Battlehawks, though, even though they're not
Jesus.
even on the road, though, they look impressive.
They blew DC out. DC didn't even look competitive,
Yeah,
man.
it did not look good. Definitely DC's worst game of the year.
Yeah.
Laid the 3.5, 3. It ended at 4. It doesn't matter. And I took Michigan, the dog of the day. They're kind of a pick 'em, but I just trusted the Panthers a little more than Memphis Showboats. And then, though, to answer your question with Arlington, I'm just shocked how bad they were this year. They are this year. Last year they were competitive. You saw them, make the playoff run and everything. But this year, it's just shocked how bad the Roughnecks are in Arlington.
Arlington, man, I can't believe the official Twitter page of Arlington said, "Oh, Luis Perez, obviously Luis Perez, the guy they magically got in the middle of the fucking season to go on and win the whole thing." They go, "Oh, first quarterback in the UFL to reach 1,000 yards." Who gives a fuck? They're 0-5. Like, they had to kind of spin it to a positive. It's a perfect PR move for the team. But yeah, they are just playing really bad. Home, away, it doesn't matter. I gotta stop believing in them. I'm thinking this is last year's team. And yeah, even though Michigan was a short dog, I think it was like +105, +102. They were the much better team. They wind up beating Memphis on the road 35-18. I should have just stayed there with my leans. But yeah, in the XFL conference, San Antonio 4-1 in first place, St. Louis 3-1, DC 2-2, Arlington 0-5. And then in the USFL conference, Birmingham 5-0, Michigan 2-2, Memphis 1-3, and Houston 1-4. Definitely the XFL conference is much more competitive than the USFL. Only Birmingham, and I guess you could say on a good day, Michigan can compete. But outside of Michigan and Birmingham, who do you like to win it all? I know Birmingham is obviously the odds-on favorite, 5-0. But do you give San Antonio sitting there at 4-1 in first place in the XFL conference? Do you give them a shot?
I'm not, though, because we saw the matchup already, though. To be honest, I think we gotta go. I think it's gonna end up being St. Louis versus the Stallions, the Battlehawks versus the Stallions. Though, can DC find a way to get back into shape? Maybe. Can Michigan Panthers keep it along? I'm not sure, but it's definitely gonna be the Stallions. And if I had to put money on it right now, I'm gonna go with the Battlehawks.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Battlehawks got a big game at home against Houston this weekend. San Antonio and DC have a good game, and then Birmingham will take on Memphis. So we got some good games for week 6. Kid, you're carrying the team right now because I'm just not having a good UFL season. But Well, I'm just gonna start fading my picks. I think that's what it's gonna come
Nah,
down to.
just follow mine, though.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah,
be
that's what I'm
fine.
gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Before we get to these plays, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys or an elderberry watching the NBA playoffs, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with our artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. We got 3 games on the slate for Monday in the NBA. We will start with the first game. Game 4, back in Miami. Boston laying 10.5 on the road. Plus 410 for Miami on the money line. Over under is at 203.5. Doesn't look like Jimmy Butler will be back, kid. We smell another blowout here.
I don't know about another blowout deal, but I'm not gonna take the Miami plus the points. I'm gonna just stay away from this one. It was an impressive win for the Boston Celtics in Game 3. Realistically, I lean the a prop. I lean Jalen Brown over 21.5 points. I think this number is a short number. And then I lean under 19.5 points for Bam Adebayo. He had a great game today. I'm not sure he was going to be able to follow that up, come tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to stay away from the side, but those are my two leans. Jalen Brown over 21.5 and Bam under 19.5.
I got a player prop. I know he folded, but he came back, had a nice performance. Give me Kristaps Porzingis over 1.5 3-pointers at -120. He hit this in 2 of the 3 playoff games this series versus the Heat and all 3 games in the regular season. So he's only missed it that one game where he kind of just fell flat on his face and just didn't show up at all. But outside of that, he's hit it in every game versus the Heat. I feel like if Bam is matching up with Tatum, like in Game 3, Kristaps Porzingis should feast. I think there's a mismatch there. So over 1.5 threes for Kristaps Porzingis. But yeah, for the side, gonna stay away. I think another blowout is coming though. Let's go to Game 4, potential sweep opportunity down in New Orleans. OKC laying 4.5 this time. I can't believe Game 3 was like 1.5. I mean, I laid it with
Yeah.
OKC. They went up 3 points now, laying 4.5 on the road, -180 on the money line. Pelicans plus 154 as a home dog. Over under is at 204.5. You think Zion comes back here?
Still, it doesn't matter. Give me OKC minus 4.5. The
Yeah.
fact that the number is only at 4.5 to me still too short. They got minus 1.5 in Game 3. You only up it by 3 points while they won convincingly. I just don't understand. I don't understand, Dill. To be honest, for all the listeners that's listening right now, take OKC minus 4.5. Trust me, you'll have lunch all week.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta lay the 4.5, kid. There's no besides Game 1, there is nothing showing me that the Pelicans can keep up with what OKC can have, and that's with Chet Holmgren having a bad game like he did in Game 3. So I only anticipate him getting better, not worse. So yeah, laying 4.5. I think the number is very short. Let's go to a Game 5 at Denver. Going back to Denver. Denver leading the series 3-1. Laying 7 at home. I see 7.5s out there as well. So shop around. So 7.5 Nuggets are laying. Plus 250 on the money line for the Lakers. Over under is at 217. Can they win another one, kid?
I tell you what, they're gonna win another first half. I'm going right there. Give me the Lakers first half on the money line. I think the exact number is plus. Oh, I'm sorry, Dill. I took the +5 first half.
Oh,
That
wow.
number is
Okay.
disrespectful. The fact that the Lakers has been up every game in this series by 3 points or better at halftime, you giving me the +5, Dill? I think that's money in the bank right there. Lakers +5 first half. I lean total game +7.5. As of right now, I've been cashing 2 games in a row. Lakers first half, Denver money line second half. There's a little juice on the money line for the second half for Denver right now, minus 188. I would say wait, see what the lines are tomorrow. But Lakers plus five first half, definitely go in there. And I'm gonna lean Anthony Davis over 13 and a half rebounds though. He's just been on a tear, especially on the boards. I'm pretty sure he went over this number every game this series. Maybe not game one, but coming off 23 rebounds in game four, I think he at least gives you 15 in game five. That's my plays there. Give me the plus five first half, and then lean Denver money line depending on the odds, and then Anthony Davis over 13 and a half boards.
I hope it's competitive. I really do. I don't want to blow out.
It will be, though. Hasn't been a blowout yet.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I lean the points here with the Lakers, especially first half. Plus five in the first half, which they've kind of dominated every game in the first half, is very surprising. Another prop. Lean Michael Porter Jr. over 8.5 rebounds. I mean, he's grabbed double-digit rebounds in every game. I mean, what more do I have to keep coming on here and telling you guys with the rebound prop? Give me Nikola Jokic over 1.5 threes, plus 190. You know, he's hit this in 2 of the 4 games this series, and Murray might be out. He hurt himself late in the game, so I think if he is out, if he is out, I think it should lead
If
to
he's
more
out,
threes.
it's gonna be like a 2.5 point spread.
Yeah. So closer to game time, you'll find out. But I think getting it now at plus 190, Jokic is gonna shoot more threes if Jamal Murray is out. So plus 190, I'm gonna bite the hook and say he does wind up not playing. I don't think they need him to win this game. So yeah, I'm going to take over 1.5 threes at plus 190. And I'm also going to lean Jamal Murray over 8.5 rebounds as well. For
You mean
Tuesday,
Porter Jr.
Michael Porter Jr. What did I say?
You said Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray. Yeah,
I
he's
just
going
want
to be.
for the
Yeah.
listeners. For the
Yeah, yeah.
listeners.
Michael Porter Jr. over 8.5 rebounds. Thank you. For Tuesday slate, only one game up, odds up, and it's the Knicks and the 76ers. Knicks coming back for game 5. Laying 4. I see 4.5s out there as well. So shop around. Minus 180 for the Knicks at home. Over under is at 204. Do the Knicks close it out, kid?
Still, realistically, I think so. Realistically, I do think so. Even though game 1 and 2 were really close, but the way Jalen Brunson is in rhythm now. I don't even matter if Josh Hart gives you 20 plus, or McBride and other guys are hitting a bunch of threes off the bench. Still, if Jalen Brunson gives you anything above 30, 35 plus, still, I think the Knicks got it in the bag. But I'm gonna go with the 76ers. I caught the plus 4.5 already, so shop around, people. It wouldn't shock me come close to the game time and even drops a little more, 3.5, just because the 76ers, oddly enough, has been playing better in New York for some reason. So I'm gonna lean. I'm gonna go that way. Give me the plus 4.5 for the 76ers. I just feel like I've been saying all series though. This is the closest series. Every game has been a nail biter. Been nip and tuck, especially down the stretch still. And I think we'll have another great finish in New York. Give me the plus 4. Hopefully the Knicks win by buzzer beater. Honestly, still, I would like that. And then no other lines for Tuesday, but I'm gonna try to freestyle it for y'all. I'm gonna say if Giannis and Dame no longer or will not be playing in Game 5 in Milwaukee, I would say the Pacers are laying 8.5. They were laying 10 at home today. I'm gonna take 1.5 for being on the road. I'm gonna say they laying 7.5 to 8.5 points. I'm gonna lay it. Still, without Giannis, without Dame, even if Bobby Portis controls his emotion, I just feel like this young Pacers team is too much for the hurt Bucks team. Magic taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. This one's gonna be a little tougher. I'm gonna say the Cleveland Cavaliers will be laying 2 points at home. Still, I'm gonna take the young Magic team on the money line. Dogs plus money, Dill. I'm assuming they're gonna be dogs in this game. I've seen enough games 3 and 4 taking care of business, and I just have a feeling, not all, but some of those young bulls will take that show on the road, and they will show up and surprise Cleveland in Game 5, Dill. And then if 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 somehow the Phoenix Suns are able to win tonight, give me Minnesota minus the points, no matter the amount. Maybe if it's 10 points, stay away. But anything under 9.5, 8.5, smash.
Yeah, give me the Knicks. I think they're gonna win. Close it out. I hope everyone took them in 5. Like I said, plus 500 ticket is in, and it is going to cash. Even if they don't and they wind up losing, I took Knicks in 6 at plus 650. So whatever. They're gonna win one of the next 2 games. They're gonna close it out. Jalen Brunson over his rebounds and assists as well. His points. Josh Hart over his rebounds. Maybe not
Hmm.
points, but it's just his
Yeah.
rebounds. Yeah, hopefully Mitchell Robinson can play. It doesn't look like Bogdanovich will be able to play either. Um, but yeah, we got enough. Jalen Brunson, he's the best player on the court right now, so I think he takes care of business at home. Love it. And yeah, just make sure to tune into Elvis and Mine action for official plays for the other games that go out on Tuesday. Okay, let's hit the diamond. 12 games on the slate today. I got a lot. I like the board. I got 7 plays here for you. We'll start in the first game in Baltimore. Orioles hosting the New York Yankees. Grayson Rodriguez going for the O's. Clark Schmidt going for the Yankees, minus 135 for the Orioles, plus 114 for the Yankees. Over under is at 9. What do you like here, kid?
Still, it's a stay away from me, so you could just take it ahead, bro.
All right. Yeah, I like Grayson Rodriguez in the Orioles here, minus 130. I think is great value here at home. Coming back, actually lost 2 or 3 from from the Athletics, but at home, 9-5. I think Grayson Rodriguez is a really good pitcher. I think this is a good spot for him. So I'm going to take the Orioles here at the short price. Next game, Washington Nationals on the road taking on the Miami Marlins. Trevor Rogers going for the Fish. Jake Irvin going for the Nationals, minus 152 for the Fish, plus 127 for the Nationals. Over under is at 8. Kid, why are we fading the Fish here?
Still, to be honest, you gotta go, or at least lean the Washington plus 127 on pure value and principle alone. You got double the win with Washington. You, I wouldn't say you got the better pitcher, but I'm gonna just say you got more faith in Irving instead of Rogers. Still, I'm shocked that Miami's a minus 152 favorite. Do they deserve to be the favorite tomorrow? I'm gonna say yeah, but $1.50, absolutely not. They'll gotta lean Washington plus 127 on the money. If it gets to over 140, smash it.
Yeah, I mean,
And I
do
doubt
I
it will.
do I think they deserve to be a favorite? Maybe like a minus 110, not minus 150. I see almost minus 155s. I took plus 130. There's 135s now I see out there. So shop around. But yeah, and I also think Jake Irving is better than Trevor Rogers. He's 0-3, and Washington plays great away from home. 8-6 away from home. Marlins just 2-13 at home. Yeah, this is a fade spot. Give me the Nationals based on pure value. They're the better team. You just don't overthink this one. Let's go to the next game. We'll go to my Mets. The Mets hosting the Chicago Cubs. Jamison Tyon going for the Cubbies. Luis Severino going for the Mets. Mets minus 120 at home, plus 102 for the Cubbies. Over under is at 8. What do you like here, kid?
Still, to be honest, I like your Mets, but I'm not gonna go to the window with it. And I also lean the under 8. It's a pretty good pitching matchup. Talent having so far having a great season, and then Severino shockingly been dealing for the Mets. Mets cooled down a little bit. Cubs still rolling shockingly. I, I like the Mets, but I'm not going to the window with it. If anything, I'll lean the under 8.
Love the Mets here. You know why? Because it's like what we always say. We want to fade teams playing on Sunday Night Baseball. Cubs playing your Red Sox
We
right now.
smoking them.
Oh, no, it's tied 4-4 now.
Oh damn, we was up 4-0.
Yeah, 4-4 right now, bottom of the 8th. So, yeah, hopefully the Red Sox win that. But, yeah, by the time they get to New York, going to be around midnight. Bats are going to be tired. I think this is a good spot for the Mets. And, yeah, like you said, I didn't believe it coming into the season, but Luis Severino has actually pitched pretty well. So I got to give him credit where it's due. Yeah, Mets have cooled down a little bit at home. But yeah, big win for them on Sunday. But yeah, give me the Mets here. I think they are the right side here. Love to fade teams playing on Sunday Night Baseball. So yeah, gonna take the Mets here on the money line, minus 120. Let's go out to Milwaukee. Brewers hosting the Tampa Bay Rays. Wilson going for Milwaukee. Ryan Pepiot going for the Tampa Bay Rays. Short favorites at home for the Brewers, minus 108 on the money line, minus 105 for the Rays. Over under is at 8.5. Elvis, This weekend of baseball by the Tampa Bay Rays was the worst baseball I've ever seen in my life. Getting swept by the Chicago White Sox. That's a fire. You want to talk about fireable offense? I don't care. It's a month into the season. That can happen. I don't care who you are. Even if you're the Washington Nationals, you do not get swept by a team like the Chicago White Sox. That is one of the worst performances over the weekend. There's no way I could touch the Tampa Bay Rays here. Give me the Milwaukee Brewers on the money line. Not going to overthink this one. They are just a much better team here.
Yeah, Dell, same way. Give me the Brewers money line -115. Like you said, over the weekend, I'm just surprised at the numbers at this short at -115. You got the Tampa Bay -105 on the opposite side. Still, I saw it firsthand in Tampa. I was at
That
the Trop.
bullpen is that bullpen is trash.
Bullpen is terrible, and offensively, besides Diaz in the top of the lineup, Dill, they got nothing. So I'm just surprised that the number is this close, knowing that the Brewers are shockingly pretty good right now.
Yeah, it might be a down year for the Rays. We might have to fade them coming up.
You're muted, kid. But
Oh shit.
yeah.
Sorry, my fault. I said we're gonna go out of order here, but we're gonna go Los Angeles Angels taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Christopher Sanchez going for the Phillies, Griffin Canning going for the Halos. Phillies -143 favorite on the road, -134 actually on the road, +120 for the Halos. Over under is at 9. Yeah, give me the Phillies here. I think Christopher Sanchez, low key, I know he's just 1-3, but he's put together a very nice season. 2.96 ERA. His WHIP is low, and Phillies are just a much better team. I think we could see some runs here because Griffin Canning, not the best pitcher, but Phillies 8-2. Last 10 games, they've won 4 straight. They just swept the Padres on the road. The Phillies are playing good baseball right now.
Same deal. Give me the Philadelphia Phillies -142 on the money line deal. It's just a fade on Canning and the Angels right now. I've been saying it for a few weeks, people, but I think I'm finally right. Phillies bats are finally waking up, people.
Yeah.
They got the ball rolling. Watch out. Give me Philadelphia. Even it's a little chalky -142. I still love it.
All right, let's go out to Seattle. The Mariners are hosting the Atlanta Braves. Max Fried going for the Braves. Bryce Miller going for the Seattle Mariners. -155 for the Braves on the road, +132 for the Seattle Mariners. Over under is at 7.5. Just like the Philadelphia Phillies, Seattle's kind of woke up as well. 8-2 in their last 10. They're playing good baseball. They're finally scoring some runs now. They just took 2 or 3 from the Diamondbacks, took 2 or 3 from the Texas Rangers. Playing good baseball. They're scoring runs. We know how good the lineup is for Atlanta. I think we could see some runs here. Over 7.5 at even money. I think we see some runs here. So give me the over here in this game.
Yeah, Dale, like you said, the Mariners are starting to get the ball rolling, definitely kicking it down the road towards the right direction. But I just don't trust them yet. They've been playing better. I give them that, Dale. But is it the team that I picked to sprinkle on to win the division? No, I don't see that yet. But give me Atlanta. It's a little chalky, -155. I'll stay away from the money line, Dale. To me, just shop around, see what numbers you could get. I caught the -155. If it drops more, even tomorrow, take it.
It is getting up there. I would caution. Yeah, the Braves. I think the Braves are the right side. I just think it is getting up there in price. We saw over the weekend the Rays over $2 favorites in every game. They got swept. So favorites will lose. So be careful. I agree there. Let's go out to Arizona. Diamondbacks hosting the LA Dodgers. Dodgers are going with James Paxton. Tommy Henry going for the Snakes. Dodgers road favorites -146 +124 for the Diamondbacks. Over under is at 10. James Paxton looks really good so far this season. 2-0, 2.61 ERA, -145 on the money line. Seems like a very fair price for them. And like I said, I think I said this last pod or maybe last week, but the Diamondbacks have kind of regressed. I mean, they started out the season really hot, 3-7. Their last 10 games, they don't look good. Like I said, they just lost 2 or 3 from Seattle. They lost 2 or 3 from St. Louis. St. Louis is not a good ball club. They're just not hitting run. They're not hitting right now. especially in the middle of the lineup. Suarez not hitting. Alexander, Corbin Carroll is actually having a really bad season, hitting just 196. So, yeah, Dodgers minus 145. They're the much better team.
Yeah, they'll go in the same direction with Paxton on the mound. Give me the minus 148. As of right now, minus 149. I say catch it before the number continues to go up because the Dodgers, the money's going to keep coming in, Dill. And this is a day prior.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like anytime you get the Dodgers on the money line for under 150, especially on a rocky team like the Arizona Diamondbacks are right now,
It's a steal.
You gotta smash.
5 games left on the slate, but I didn't touch any of these. I think most of them are kind of ugly games, like the White Sox Twins, ugly, Pittsburgh and Oakland. The closest one is a pick'em between Nick Lodolo and Mike Waldron, Padres and the Cincinnati. And I kind of would lean Padres here at home minus 110. But outside of that, really nothing to touch. Do you like any of these games that we didn't talk about?
The only game I have a play on is that Cincinnati and San Diego game. Let's go right there. Give me the Cincinnati Reds on the road, minus 110 on the money line. I'm going to take them on a pick 'em, Dill. I just think Cincinnati right now, a little better of the team. Do I think the San Diego Padres are the better team? Absolutely. But right now, as of April 8th, I believe, Cincinnati is just a little better.
Yeah, you're right. They're 3-7 in their last 10. They've lost 4 in a row. Like I said, they just got swept by the Philadelphia Phillies. And I would argue, I don't know. It's just this lineup could go off at any time. But
exactly.
But you're right. Cincinnati is playing better baseball right now, and Nick Lodolo has looked good. I know he only had 1 start, but he has looked pretty good. Yeah, it's a pick 'em for a reason. It's a pick 'em for a reason. So, yeah, that's the slate in the MLB. Elvis, good luck on the diamond. Let's try to stay hot there. Any last words or anything else you want to mention before we get up out of here, kid?
Dill, it's just, as a fan, I hope the Suns could win a game or two. As a fan, I hope the Lakers could win another game or two. But let's just see exciting basketball, though. That's all I can ask for. Nip and tuck, close games. No more blowouts. I don't want to see no more blowouts. Hey, maybe OKC could blow out the Pelicans. But other than that, I want to see close games.
Yeah, I think that's what we all want. I love the NBA playoffs, man. First round is amazing. Honestly, NHL playoffs have been really good. You've been following along the NHL playoffs or no?
Still, I got YouTube TV, so it's always on a dual screen. So
I love it.
When I have a 4 games on, one is a hockey game.
I love it. Do you have a team? I don't think I've ever asked you that.
Dale, to be honest, as a kid,
don't say one team.
Pittsburgh. But
okay, I don't care.
Yeah, as a kid, because I wasn't really into the sport, but as a kid growing up, seeing Crosby, seeing Ovechkin in Washington, seeing the greats. So I kind of leaned that way, but in the heart, New Jersey Devils all the way.
Let's go. That was the right answer, baby. I think we got to leave it off on that note. Thank you so much, E. That is going to do it for this Monday edition of the Dream Wager. On behalf of our sponsor, Viva Tequila, Elvis, myself, make sure you guys follow along our social media, Twitter and Instagram at the Dream Wager. You guys can find all of our episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. If you haven't already, please subscribe, rate, give us a review. All that good stuff really helps the show grow tremendously. So be a friend, tell a friend. Everyone have a great week. Good luck on your wagers. Be safe, be well, and we'll see you down the road. Go Knicks, baby!